glad to be back in Terlingle, man. Yeah, we did a show in Marfa the other night. Yeah, I was a little worried though, because last time I was in Marfa, I got arrested for weed. Yeah, and you know how like they always tell you to be real nice to the officer. They've had a hard job. And you're supposed to do what they say. Fuck that. And I did what he said, man. I just had a little bit of weed, so I gave him the weed. Had a little over an ounce. Had some pins. It's like, here you go, man. Whatever. Write me the ticket. Well, they put me in cuffs, took me to jail, gave me a $23,000 bond, and a cavity search. Do you know they cavity searched for weed charges? They don't. I demanded that shit. Because for $23,000, I'm gonna get my money's worth of the night, okay? Okay, good. It was rough, man. We did it though. I actually did that joke in front of the judge that gave me that bond. She loved it, so that was nice. I just hope I didn't incriminate myself. Most of you know about my daughter. You know, she's a little desert rat. You're supposed to, I was about to say you're supposed to yell, Christina. Okay. Yeah, man. When she came out, my wife, she said ski terlingua. And like, we knew from an early age though, because she hates walking on grass and walks barefoot on the rocks. And you know, and it's crazy because we live out here in this beautiful place. It's so free. She's gonna have such an amazing childhood. And then you realize that's how Carl Garcia was also brought up. I'm praying, dude, I'm praying. We love Carl. Give it up for Carl. Hell yeah, thank you, bro. Just don't let him near you, bro. Yeah. I appreciate it. Did you like it? Anybody here watch Landman? Never seen it a day in my life, bro. Dude, fuck Odessa, dude. Yeah. But like, the real reason I don't watch Landman though is because if I wanted to know what it was like to be bossed around by an asshole, I'd go work at Long Draw again. I can't say that right now. I really shouldn't. All together now. You can come copy a shirt tomorrow when they release their merch. I just got back from a road trip though. Yeah, I went back home. I'm originally from South Carolina. That's why I was asking about the Clemson shit, dude. You fucking poser. You're from Houston, bro. Yeah, man, I went back home. And at the end of the day, it was just one of those road trips where you have to go see your best friend marry someone you had sex with in high school. I've been a little worried now though, because I know one day they're gonna be in marriage counseling and my best friend's gonna find out that I fucked her husband in high school. Dude, that killed it, Marfa, dude. It was so happy. Dude, I hated going back home though. You gotta see all your family. You know, I come from one of those shitty white families where like the oldest child's the designated babysitter and the designated driver. Yeah, my little brother's that now. We all went to like the typical Mexican restaurant in town. We had dinner. That's all we got. It's fancy blood. Yeah, and my little brother told me that I look like Forrest Gump. If mid-run, you got a heroin addiction. It's a meth town, I guess. But I really don't mind it though, because you know, who doesn't love a real underdog story? You know, like Rudy, Remember the Titans, To Catch a Predator with Chris Hansen. You gotta root for the underdog, bro. You have to. Did I lift my water? Yeah, growing up in the South was fun, man. I went to school with a lot of black people. It was great. There was like 5% white people in my school, which was sick, man. It was badass at school. I had so much fun. Until people started asking to come over to my house, right? Because they thought that I'd have good snacks and everything. But I couldn't tell them that I lived with my racist grandfather, right? And I didn't want to give him up. Because at the end of the day, my grandfather was born in 1943. And back then, if you weren't racist, you were gay. He's rolling in his grave right now because nowadays, if you're not gay, you're racist. You don't even have to pick, bro. You can just go buy a Cybertruck and be both. It's sick, dude. The world is getting right, man. I was my grandma's favorite child. That was nice, man. Yeah, my grandma smoked a lot of cigarettes, right? So every year you go over for Thanksgiving, the walls a new color yellow. Perfect for family photos. They thought we were balling, man. But eventually I moved in with my grandma and she loved me. But not more than those cigarettes. She did not care. What she did was, she would like stand up under the stove, just puffing on them to the exhaust fan or like hotbox in the bathroom. But she was just trying to keep me from secondhand smoke. I appreciate it. Because, you know, secondhand smoke is like all the risk and none of the reward, right? And that's like dating a black guy with a small dick. Right here. It's not worth it, guys, I can tell you. Don't do it. I know it, man. Everybody in my family smoked though, bro. I hated it. I hated it. My mom smoked on the way to school, right? She'd have Fergie blasting, the '04 Dodge Neon, she'd roll the window down, flip that thing out the window, it hit me in the back seat. I just wince and she'd giggle, call me her little Forrest Whitaker. If you're not old enough to get that joke, it's cool. It's a black dude with a fucked up eye. Look him up. Me and my dad were close though, bro. I love my dad. We'd always go back and forth. We'd have like prank wars and everything, and just shit talking, trying to be too grown. But my dad passed away about a year and a half ago. And right before, it's fine, dude, you know, it happens. A year and a half ago, you know, and then before that, he was like, hey son, when I pass, I want to be cremated and turned into condoms, right? For one last hoorah. And I respect my dad's wishes. Got them cremated, got the condoms in, boxed them up, and then donated them to Pride Fest last year. Who got the last laugh now, motherfucker? Fuck. I'm trying to end the beating women trade in my family tree. But damn, do I love playing punch buggy, bro. She does it too, it's fine, it's mutual. My dog had puppies a while back, so we kept one, right? And it's sick. Obviously interlingual, you let your dogs free roam as much as you can until they end up on Facebook. And it's fine. We don't know who it is. Yeah, man, but they free roam, and every now and then, you know, I catch my dog over on the Mexican side of town. Why did you laugh at that? And you know, like what the Chihuahua pug mixes are, right? I'm not saying they're bad dogs. I just don't want them to teach my dog how to jump his fence. How many people in here are married tonight? Who? Which one? Oklahoma. Yeah. Dude, before you get married, man, Brandon, this is you. You gotta read the terms and conditions, right? So when I got with my wife, you know, before I had a bunch of motorcycles, and now that we have a child, I have to be more careful in my life, right? So what she did was she made me sell all my motorcycles. I was pretty depressed for a little bit, but then I found me a loophole. I went out and got me a dual sport. For those that don't know what a dual sport is, it's a street legal dirt bike. And you know, at first it was really cool, but seeing someone drive a dual sport is like seeing someone drive a Subaru. At first they look adventurous and like they can go anywhere. But then also you're wondering how big their dildo collection is. Mine's pretty big. All of them. We're gonna end it on a rough one. I went to college for a little bit. Obviously, I dropped out. Whoop. It's the best thing to do, man. Yeah, but I started off on the wrong foot, right? Because college is about who you surround yourself with, and that's it. And my freshman year, I decided to go room with a 7th-year super senior Honduran dude, sick parties. But we go to a house party, right? And he get kicked out for some reason. And he go around to the AC unit and just pull the Freon hose and huff it right there. Pretty chill guy. He asked to come out here, and I was like, hell no. Because I'm worried he's going to start micro-dosing on mini splits. You can't do that joke many places, bro. Do you even know what a mini split is? Fucking city folk. Hell, man. We can't afford the big machine outside. I miss old school porn, though. Old school porn was sick. For most people, old school porn in here is like, full butch, a VHS, a magazine. It was poetry, man. It was romantic. The problem is, nowadays, for our age, old school porn is when women only had vaginas. Nothing will kill it quicker than that, dude. It needs to be on a separate side. Speaking of porn, I've been doing a lot of research on comedy lately. And when you do that, you gotta watch a bunch of specials, right? Because you want to see how these professionals do it. Me and my wife would be sitting next to each other on the couch and we'd be watching the special. And it's kind of like watching porn with my wife, right? Because she's sitting there, and I just know she's thinking about how good this guy is, right? And I know that I'll never be able to match that. No porn watchers, that's cool, bro. You're lying. You're lying. And I told her how I felt the other day, though, about sex and comedy. And she was like, well, Hunter, that makes sense. Because you can't finish both, or you can't finish either. Oh, fucking hell now. Whatever. All right, guys, that's my time. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.